There comes a moment in every life when giving up feels easier than moving forward. Your heart feels heavy, your mind screams with doubt, and your dreams seem distant. But what if I told you that greatness is not born in moments of comfort, but in the quiet decision to keep going when everything inside you says stop? Success is not built on talent alone. It's built on discipline, patience, and the courage to show up again and again. Greatness is not something you stumble upon overnight. It is not a gift wrapped and handed to you because you were lucky. It is the result of choosing discipline over comfort again and again. Think about the moments when you felt like giving up. Maybe you told yourself, I'll try tomorrow. But then tomorrow became next week, and weeks turned into months. The truth is, waiting for the perfect time is the biggest trap. The perfect time never comes. What matters is showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is stronger than motivation, because motivation changes with your mood. One day you feel unstoppable, the next day you don't want to move. Discipline, however, keeps you moving through the storm. It means you get up when your body craves more sleep. You keep going when your heart feels heavy. You do what must be done, not because you feel like it, but because your future depends on it. That is how strength is built, quietly daily, through repetition. Every person you admire has faced moments of doubt. They were not always confident, not always motivated, but they made a decision to show up no matter how they felt inside. Success is not built on perfect days. It is built on ordinary days when you refuse to quit. It is built in silence, when no one is watching, when no applause is heard. That is where greatness is forged, in the unseen moments of persistence. People often think success requires talent alone, but talent is useless without consistency. The strongest person is not the one who never struggles, but the one who refuses to let struggle win. Each day you choose to act, even in small ways, you are rewriting your story. Progress doesn't scream loudly. It whispers in the way you no longer give up easily, in the way you push yourself further than yesterday. That is how transformation begins, through consistency, not bursts of short-lived motivation. Consistency is the bridge between dreams and reality. Imagine two people, one reads a single page daily, the other waits for the right mood, and then reads 100 pages in a single sitting once a month. In the end, the one who reads daily will finish more books, gain more knowledge, and grow more steadily. The same principle applies to every area of life. Small, repeated actions outperform big, irregular efforts. This is why patience is so important. Progress doesn't always appear right away. Like a seed planted in the soil, growth is hidden at first. You water it daily, not because you see results instantly, but because you trust the process. The roots are forming, the foundation is building, and one day the seed will break through the ground. That's success. It looks sudden to others, but you know it was years of hidden consistency that made it possible. Discipline means choosing your future over your feelings. Feelings are powerful, but they are temporary. They can push you forward, but they can also hold you back. If you rely only on feelings, you will quit every time things get uncomfortable. Growth does not come from comfort. It comes from challenge, from discomfort, from doing the hard thing again and again. Every first time feels awkward and scary. The first speech, the first workout, the first new skill, it never feels natural. But when you stay consistent, discomfort turns into confidence. What was once terrifying becomes your strength. Successful people are not fearless. They simply train themselves to face fear repeatedly until it loses power. That training comes only through discipline. Each time you choose to move forward despite fear, you are not just building skill. You are building yourself into someone stronger, braver, and more capable. Life will test you. There will be days when your heart is heavy, when your mind is full of doubt, and when quitting feels easier than trying again. But remember this: every step you take, when you don't feel like it, is a victory. Every small effort is a deposit into your future success. The road may feel slow, but slow progress is still progress. Too many people quit because they don't see instant results. They mistake silence for failure. when in truth, growth is happening underneath the surface. Your persistence is building roots, preparing you for a breakthrough. Success is not about speed, it is about direction. As long as you keep moving forward, no matter how small the step, you are winning. The power lies not in how much you do in one day, but in what you do every day. That quiet consistency, repeated over time, is what creates unstoppable strength. Think about a mountain climber. They do not conquer the peak in a single leap. Step by step, with patience, they climb even when the air gets thinner and the body screams to stop. In the same way, your journey to success will demand steady steps, not giant leaps. People often chase shortcuts because patience feels too slow. But shortcuts steal the very growth that makes success meaningful. True progress is not only about reaching the top. It is about who you become during the climb. Every stumble, every tired breath, every moment of pushing forward despite fatigue shapes you into a stronger person. Discipline is not glamorous. It is repetitive, quiet, and often unnoticed. Yet, it is the invisible force that builds unshakable character. When you look back one day, you will realize the power was not in one grand action, but in the simple act of never quitting, no matter how steep the climb. Comfort is one of the greatest traps. It feels safe, warm, and familiar, but it slowly steals your potential. Dreams cannot grow in the comfort zone because comfort asks nothing of you. Growth begins the moment you step outside of ease into challenge and uncertainty. Every new skill, every achievement begins with discomfort. The first time you face it, your mind will scream, "Go back, it's safer here." But what feels safe today will turn into regret tomorrow. Comfort may protect you from temporary struggle, but it will cost you long-term growth. Each time you choose discomfort over ease, you are choosing transformation. You are teaching your mind to adapt, to grow, to fight. Discipline is the key that pushes you through the uncomfortable moments until they no longer scare you. What once seemed impossible becomes natural, and what once felt heavy becomes light. That is the reward of stepping outside comfort consistently. Consistency is not about doing everything perfectly. It is about showing up despite imperfection. Many people wait until conditions are perfect before they start, but perfection is an illusion. If you wait until you feel ready, you will wait forever. The truth is, readiness is built through action. You don't need to know everything to begin. You simply need to begin. Small steps taken consistently matter more than grand plans left undone. Think of the person who says, "I'll start tomorrow," versus the one who quietly acts today. Months later, the difference between them is vast. The one who started imperfectly is far ahead, while the one who waited is still at the beginning. Success is never about flawless execution. It is about persistent action. Discipline means you don't let excuses win. You act anyway. You move forward even when conditions aren't ideal. That courage to act in imperfection is what builds unstoppable progress. Life will throw distractions at you. There will always be reasons to skip a day, to put off your goals, to tell yourself you'll try later. But excuses multiply, and soon days turn into months of lost potential. The world is full of people with dreams but empty hands, not because they lack talent, but because they lack consistency. Distractions are powerful, but discipline is stronger. It is the voice that says, "Do it now," even when your mind invents excuses. It is the shield that protects your dreams from being stolen by laziness and doubt. Discipline turns someday into today. Every time you resist distraction, you sharpen your focus. Every time you choose action, you strengthen your future. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not opportunity. It is persistence. The successful are not more talented. They are simply more consistent. They choose to act again and again until results appear. Progress is often silent. It does not always come with applause or recognition. Many times you will work hard and feel unnoticed. But those unseen hours are where greatness is built. Imagine an athlete training long before sunrise, when no crowd is cheering, or a writer pouring words onto a page long before anyone reads them. That is the reality of success It is built in silence long before the world sees the results. Most people give up in the quiet phase because they crave instant recognition. But if you endure, your consistency will turn invisible effort into visible success. Trust the process. Every day you show up, you are adding a brick to the foundation of your future. You may not see the structure yet, but one day it will stand tall. And when it does, people will call it talent or luck. But you will know it was discipline and consistency all along. Patience is the partner of consistency. Without patience, consistency collapses. Many people begin with fire in their hearts, but lose hope when results don't show quickly. They think effort is wasted because they cannot see immediate change. But just like a seed planted under the soil, growth is invisible at first. The seed does not break the surface overnight, yet roots are forming, strength is building, and life is preparing to rise. Your progress works the same way. Each day you stay disciplined, you are building foundations unseen by the eye. Patience allows you to trust the invisible process. The greatest mistake is quitting too soon, abandoning the journey right before the breakthrough. Remember, progress is happening even in silence. If you keep showing up, the results will come. Not today, not always tomorrow, but one day. And when they do, they will reveal the power of every patient step you refuse to skip. Think about how many times you've started something and abandoned it halfway. Not because you couldn't do it, but because you didn't see instant results. This is the pattern most people repeat. They confuse speed with success. But real success is not about how fast you climb, it is about how long you keep going. Quitting halfway guarantees failure, while continuing guarantees growth. The world is full of unfinished stories, dreams left behind, not because they were impossible, but because people gave up too soon. Discipline breaks this cycle. It teaches you that progress takes time and rewards those who stay. The winners are not always the fastest, but they are the most consistent. They keep moving when others stop. They keep pushing when others give up. Every time you continue where most would quit, you set yourself apart. That is how you build not just results, but unshakable resilience. Your mind will often test you with doubt. It will whisper, "You're not good enough, others are ahead. Why even try?" But comparison is poison. Everyone's journey moves at a different pace, and your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Consistency is not about proving yourself to others. It is about becoming better than your past self. Even the smallest progress is progress if it moves you forward. The problem comes when you measure your worth against someone else's highlight reel. You don't see their struggles, their failures, or the nights they almost gave up. You only see the result. Comparing yourself to them steals your focus from your own growth. The truth is, as long as you keep showing up, you are winning. Success is not about being the best immediately. It's about refusing to quit and allowing your small steps to create massive change over time. The world often celebrates talent, but talent without consistency fades quickly. Natural gifts may give someone a head start, but without discipline, they eventually fall behind. What truly separates extraordinary achievers from average people is not talent. It's commitment. Commitment to showing up when tired. Commitment to practicing when uninspired. Commitment to trusting the process when results seem invisible. While others wait for the perfect mood, the consistent person is already doing the work. That daily repetition creates mastery. It's the reason athletes sharpen their skills endlessly, why musicians practice scales for hours, and why leaders keep learning long after success. Talent might make you shine for a moment, but discipline keeps the light burning. Without consistency, even the brightest talent fades. With consistency, even average ability can grow into excellence. In the end, talent is a bonus, but consistency is the true foundation of lasting success. Discipline is not punishment, it is freedom. At first, it feels like restriction, waking up early, saying no to temptations, following routines. But over time, discipline frees you from regret, from wasted potential, from the pain of what if. Comfort offers ease today, but regret tomorrow. Discipline demands effort today, but gives pride tomorrow. When you choose discipline, You are choosing freedom for your future self. Freedom to live a healthier life, freedom to achieve goals, freedom to look back without regret. Every sacrifice made today is an investment in the life you want tomorrow. It may feel hard in the moment, but every act of discipline is a gift to your future. That is why the most successful people do not see discipline as a burden. They see it as power. The power to control their direction instead of letting laziness or excuses control them. There will be days when your body feels heavy, when your heart is tired, and when your mind whispers, skip today. These are the days that truly define your journey. Anyone can work hard when they feel motivated, but real progress happens when you keep going without motivation. Discipline means showing up anyway. It means putting one foot in front of the other, even when the weight feels unbearable. Every time you resist the urge to quit, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. This quiet strength, built in moments of struggle, becomes unshakable over time. Remember, storms don't last forever. The exhaustion will pass, the doubt will fade, but the results of your discipline will remain. The ones who achieve greatness are not those who never feel weak, but those who choose to act even when they do. That choice, repeated daily, builds unstoppable resilience. Success requires sacrifice. You cannot have growth without giving something up. Maybe it's extra sleep, wasted hours on distractions, or comfort that holds you back. Every achievement demands a price, and discipline is the currency. Sacrifice feels painful in the moment, but it's never wasted. It transforms into strength, confidence, and progress. Think about an athlete who sacrifices weekends to train, or a student who sacrifices late nights of fun to study. In the end, these sacrifices create victories. The comfort others choose today becomes the regret they carry tomorrow. But the sacrifices you make today become the rewards you hold tomorrow. Discipline asks you to trade short-term pleasure for long-term success. It is never easy, but it is always worth it. Each time you give up what weakens you, make room for what builds you. That is how sacrifice becomes not loss, but investment in your future self. Fear is another obstacle on the path of growth. Many people let fear control them, keeping them trapped in the same cycle year after year. They avoid challenges because they feel unprepared or afraid of failure. But fear will never disappear on its own. The only way to defeat it is to face it repeatedly. Discipline teaches you to take action despite fear. The first step is always the hardest, but once taken, it weakens fear's grip. Over time, the same challenges that once terrified you become your strengths. Successful people are not fearless. They are disciplined enough to move forward while afraid. They know that fear is temporary, but regret is permanent. Each time you act in the face of fear, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more. Discipline is not just about routine. It is about courage. The courage to choose progress over fear again and again. Distractions will always surround you. Social media, entertainment, endless noise pulling your focus away from what truly matters. Without discipline, these distractions steal hours, days, even years of your life. The difference between success and stagnation often comes down to focus. Discipline gives you the power to say no. No to the things that waste your time. No to the habits that weaken you. No to the comfort that keeps you stuck. Each time you choose focus over distraction, you sharpen your mind. You reclaim your time. You remind yourself of what truly matters. Remember, life is short. Every hour lost to distraction is an hour stolen from your dreams. Discipline is how you protect your future from the temptations of the present. By building focus, you gain clarity. And with clarity, you move faster and stronger toward your goals, while others remain stuck in endless cycles of wasted time. Consistency is not loud, it is quiet, steady, and persistent. It's waking up every day and doing the small things that compound into greatness. Most people underestimate the power of small daily habits. They believe success requires giant leaps, when in truth, it is the small repeated steps that build empires. Reading a page daily, exercising for 20 minutes, practicing a skill for an hour, these simple acts may seem insignificant, but over time they transform your life. Consistency creates habits, habits build routines, and routines shape your destiny. What you do daily matters far more than what you do occasionally. Discipline ensures you stay on track even when results seem far away. Over weeks, months, and years, these small efforts grow into massive progress. That is the power of consistency. It turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers, not through sudden miracles, but through steady, patient persistence. There will come moments when you feel invisible, when your efforts seem unnoticed, and your progress feels small. In those moments, doubt will try to convince you that your hard work is meaningless. But remember, success is not built in the spotlight, it is built in the shadows. The hours no one sees, the sacrifices no one applauds, those are the very moments that shape your future. Recognition may not come today, but your consistency is preparing you for tomorrow. Stay focused, because greatness does not announce itself with noise. It arrives quietly after years of unseen effort, and then suddenly the world takes notice. Trust that the work you are doing today, even in silence, will one day speak louder than words. Life will always test you with obstacles, delays, failures, setbacks. Most people see these as reasons to quit, but the disciplines see them as training. Every failure carries a lesson. Every obstacle builds strength. The road to success is never smooth. It is filled with challenges designed to test your patience and your commitment. If you quit when things get hard, you rob yourself of growth. But if you persist, you turn setbacks into stepping stones. Discipline means you don't run from obstacles, you face them, learn from them, and use them to rise higher. Each test life throws at you is shaping the person you need to become in order to hold your success. Without these tests, you would never discover your true strength. One of the greatest rewards of discipline is confidence. Not the kind that comes from praise or approval, but the deep, unshakable confidence that comes from keeping promises to yourself. Every time you show up, even when you don't want to, you prove to yourself that you are reliable, strong, and capable. That inner trust becomes your greatest power. Most people seek confidence first, hoping it will help them take action. But the truth is, confidence is the result of action. You act, you persist, you stay consistent, and confidence follows naturally. Discipline is how you build that confidence day by day. It is how you replace doubt with certainty, fear with courage, and hesitation with power. The strongest people are not those who never feel fear, but those who trust themselves enough to keep moving despite it. Success is not a destination, it is a lifestyle. It is not about one great achievement, but about the habits you build daily. Discipline transforms ordinary days into extraordinary results. Each morning you rise early. Each time you say no to excuses. Each moment you push yourself further than yesterday. You are writing your success story. Consistency is not glamorous, but it is powerful. Over time, the lifestyle of discipline and patience creates a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. The journey will test you, but the reward is a life of impact, not just ease. When you look back years from now, you will not remember the comfort you gave up. You will remember the strength you built, the victories you created, and the person you became. Discipline, consistency, patience, these are not just words. They are the building blocks of success, growth, and transformation. Every small choice you make today is shaping the future you will live tomorrow. The question is not whether you are talented enough or lucky enough. The question is whether you are willing to stay consistent long enough. Remember this, greatness is not about doing extraordinary things once. It's about doing ordinary things consistently. That's how strength is built, how dreams are realized, and how lives are changed. Your future self is waiting, proud of the choices you make today. So choose wisely, choose discipline, choose persistence, choose growth. If you found this message inspiring, make sure to like this video and visit our channel for more powerful and uplifting content.